tonight we had WWE Raw in the Sears Center in Chicago, Illinois. CM Punk country, CM Punk town. And y'all already know from the jump, Rollins was going to get booed out of the building. Everyone seen it coming. Everyone knew what was going to happen. It was no surprise like how his reaction coming out to the ring was today. The thing is with WWE, if y'all watch that ending, I hate when WWE goes with these slow burns, bro. Like these slow burns that don't even need a slow burn. I get it. On TV, Rollins hasn't done anything to really show that he's going to be turning heel. But if you take everything account for how he's been acting on social media lately, how he's been just seeming like just a whiny bitch, bro. Rollins was supposed to turn heel tonight. That first opening segment, which we will get into, shows why he should have turned heel tonight. Because now it just feels like that opening segment is just, it happened for no reason. Well, technically it didn't, because we all know what's coming. But I feel like after cutting a promo like that, Rollins just should have established himself as a heel. And I'm just being totally honest. Rollins should have been a heel tonight. And we're going to get into my notes right now. So when we open up Monday Night Raw, we see the entire Raw roster surrounding the ring as the Raw theme plays. Seth Rollins enters the ring to deliver his town hall speech. As soon as Seth Rollins enters the ring, you hear nothing but CM Punk chants echoing throughout the arena. Rollins knew that was going to happen. Rollins set himself up. Really, I think Rollins did that because he know he can't get any type of reaction for himself. So he has to stir shit up just to get a reaction. That's why I don't like the guy, because it's like you can't get a reaction on your own. You have to use other people's names or stir up something just to even get a reaction. Because these boos, there's a difference between good boos and bad boos. Good boos are the ones that the heel is actually doing his job. He's doing a good job being hated, but you know he's acting. You know he's just doing his role. Seth Rollins, people just want him off the TV, bro. Nobody just doesn't want to watch him. As Rollins getting booed, Rollins goes on about how he tried to get CM Punk on Monday Night Raw. Fans interrupt Rollins with the chants of NXT now. Rollins admits NXT wiped the floor with Raw at Survivor Series. The fans pop. Rollins goes on about how he's always been a fan of Raw. He says that this is going to be harsh, but it has to be said. Rollins addresses the roster at ringside and says they all sucked last night. This was giving me those old Rollins vibes when he was WWE champion, and it was kind of a good feeling. And like I always told people, like everyone wanted Rollins to be a face, and I get it because Rollins was giving us these great IC title matches, he was just the top guy when Roman Reigns, because Rollins is taking a Roman Reigns heat. So when Roman Reigns was taking his heat, Rollins was that guy. Everyone loves Seth Rollins. But I knew deep down the guy's just naturally made to be a heel. Like, do y'all hear how he cut his promos, bro? It's annoying. Seth Rollins' voice annoys me. He's just meant to be a heel. He comes off how Bret Hart did during his heel run. When Bret was trying to be the good guy, but he just came off as a dick. And Rollins is just a natural dick. Fans respond with the "you suck" chants to Rollins. Rollins says he's trying to right the ship here, and we all did bad, and they all did bad last night. Rollins goes on about how they need to take the top spot back for Raw and make it an A show again. He asked fans to give him just a minute. Rollins believes in Raw, which is why he called the roster here. He asked if anyone wants to speak up. Randy Orton? Rollins says Orton was his team's last night's weakest link. Rollins called Orton the weakest link. How was Orton the weakest link when he eliminated? He was the reason for 2 eliminations. He was the reason for Damian Prince, and he also was the reason for Matt Riddle, because he hit Matt Riddle with an RKO out of nowhere, allowing someone else to get the pin on Riddle. So that just didn't make sense to me. But that's what I'm saying though. Rollins just gonna start coming off real dick like for these next couple of weeks until he fully turns heel. I don't know why such a slow burn on him turning heel, but that's just what they want to do. Orton stares at Rollins. Rollins asks if he has anything to say. Orton just walks away and goes to the back. Rollins talks trash as Orton heads up the ramp. Rollins asks Charlotte's Flair. She says Flair is supposed to be the leader of the women's division, but she wasn't even the last one standing on the team last night. Rollins says, and she calls herself a Flair. Charlotte also walks off to the back like Orton. Rollins turns to AOP and says they weren't even at Survivor Series, but maybe they should have been because they've been talking about violence for the past couple of weeks. And Rollins is like, so y'all talk about violence, but we could have used that last night. Where was that at? Why was there no interference? Why was there no distraction? Why was nobody fighting for the brand? Rollins feels like he's the only one that cares about the brand. And then Rollins mentions to Owens about being on Team NXT. Rollins invites Owens to the ring to speak. Rollins goes on about how much he loves Raw and lives it, wanting it to make it a better place. Rollins calls Owens a lazy piece of crap and say he just shows up. Rollins says Owens will never be Seth Rollins. Rollins says he doesn't mean it that way, but he's coming from a good place. Rollins says this is the right thing to do. Owens responds with nothing, but just gives Seth Rollins a stunner. And as y'all know, the crowd goes wild when a stunner happens. Basically, what I'm getting from this slow Rollins heel turn, Rollins feels like what he is doing is actually good. He feels like he's doing the right thing. Rollins feels like he is not wrong in anything he's saying. And he believes that everyone should just listen to him. He believes he knows what's best for Monday Night Raw, which I said is kind of the same how Bret Hart was. When Bret Hart was like, this is what this should have been. This is like when Bret Hart used to cut his promos back in, what year was that? I was just watching it like, I want to say somewhere between 95, 97 era. Like this is the same vibe I'm getting from Rollins right now. I'm getting Bret Hart heel vibes from Rollins. And that's why I say the guy's just born to be a natural heel. Back from the break, after Raw went to commercial break after Kevin Owens gave Rollins the stunner. Back from the break, Seth Rollins is backstage looking upset. Charlie Caruso approaches and says it doesn't look like things went how Rollins had planned. He said he was just trying to get Raw back on the same page. Rollins offers Kevin Owens a challenge, and then he walks off. Next up, we get to the most pointless feud of all Monday Night Raw. We have a pointless match between Bobby Lashley and Titus O'Neil. Everybody know where this was going. The bell rings and the fans start chanting for Rusev. Lashley and Titus go at it. Titus gets some shots in, but Lashley decks him. Titus with another big chop, but Lashley comes right back up and drives Titus down. Rusev suddenly runs in the ring and attacks Lashley for the disqualification as Lana is doing the worst acting ever. Dude, if we were even into this feud, Lana would kill it for me. Like if I was even remotely into this piece of crap that WWE gives us. Lana does such a bad job at acting. She is a terrible actor. Lana has ruined this whole feud if anybody had any interest. The way how her acting is so bad, man. It's so bad. I remember everybody used to love Lana and wanted to see more of her, but she was just better as the ravishing Russian and just letting Rusev dominate people. After the bell, Lashley and Rusev brawl to the floor as Lana screams at Rusev. Rusev gets the upper hand and sends Lashley into the barrier, then yells at him. Fans chant Rusev Day as they brawl up the ramp. Lashley's get control, but Rusev drops him again on the ramp. Rusev stands tall as fans pop for him. Rusev sends Lashley into the LED board on the stage, then face first into the announce table. Rusev takes the top off the table and clears it as Lana continues yelling. Rusev puts Lashley on the table and turns to Lana telling her that this is not about her. Police officers run out now and pull Rusev off Lashley, placing him in handcuffs. Lana taunts him for breaking the law. She checks on Lashley. Rusev gets free from the officers and charges at Lashley. While his hands are still cuffed behind his back and knocks Lashley from the stage onto the platform, fans pop for Rusev. Rusev then kicks a tall structure on Lashley, burying him, and then they go to commercial break. If y'all are wondering why Rusev was arrested, WWE showed this, I believe, before the show. It was a WWE exclusive. Rusev was served with paperwork with someone who thought wanted an autograph. It showed Rusev coming into the building. A guy like, Rusev, can I get your autograph? And then he got served with a restraining order saying he can't be 90 feet within Lana or Lashley. But Rusev still goes in and, destroys Lashley. Good moment for Rusev, though. Good moment for Rusev. It's nice to see the fans are still with Rusev. Like, I love Rusev. I just not a big fan of the storyline. I'm just not. Back from the break, and we see what just happened with Rusev. We see how Lana looked on concerned about Bobby Lashley as he is loaded onto a stretcher and put into a neck brace. So Lashley got stretchered out of the match because Rusev's attack was so brutal. Next up, we finally see the Authors of Pain in action against Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. We go into the ring and come out AOP. Mike Rome does the introduction. AOP rushes the ring as Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins wait. Hawkins and Akam start things off. Hawkins charges but gets beat down. Razor tags in. They hit the last chapter. Razor levels Ryder with a big boot. Beats him down with knees and more strikes. Akam tags back in. They both scoop up their opponents and drive them over into the turnbuckle at the same time. They then deliver the super collider and they win. I mean, that's pretty much it. AOP, they're finally back. This is their debut match, so they were gonna give them somebody to take bumps for them, so they can look good. I like the way how they've been building AOP, and at the end of the day, if this comes down to an AOP versus War Raiders match, I am so down for it because I know both of those teams will bring it, and that'll be a crazy, crazy match. After that, we come back from break. We have Andrade Cien coming out to the ring with Zelina Vega. Akira Tozawa is already in the ring. They meet in the middle of the ring and Tozawa shoves Andrade. Andrade comes back and power bombs Tozawa. Andrade unloads while Tozawa is down. Andrade keeps control and delivers chops and a knee in the corner. Andrade keeps Tozawa grounded. Now Tozawa rallies up, but Andrade hits a suplex. Tozawa blocks the next suplex with a roll-up for a 1 count. Tozawa keeps fighting and hits a snap German suplex. Andrade is shocked now. Tozawa goes to the top, but Andrade cuts him off and beats him down. Vega cheers Andrade on as he delivers the double knees in the corner. Vega calls for Andrade to finish Tozawa. Andrade hits his hammerlock DDT in the middle of the ring for the pin. 1, 2, 3. After the match, Andrade stands tall and his music hits and, Vega joins him. They do their little fist, celebration or whatever. I like how they building Andrade. I just ready for Andrade to do something important. Honestly, Andrade hasn't done anything important on the main roster since he got here, bro. To see how that guy was in NXT from, beating Drew. Remember when he beat Drew McIntyre at NXT? I forgot which. I think it was NXT War Games, the first War Games they had. And just you just seen the charisma, and you man, if he gets in WWE, man, we can see crazy matches with AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, Andrade is a main event guy, bro. And I just wish WWE could see that, but they're too stuck in their ways to understand that. So hopefully we get to see Andrade do something semi-important, please. Aleister Black is backstage addressing how Buddy Murphy knocked on his door for a fight 1 year ago. Black says Murphy has a match tonight, so he's coming to collect. Murphy came to pick a fight with Black tonight just by coming to the arena, Black says. It's so hard understanding why you have someone like Aleister Black and you don't use him. I just don't get it. Like, y'all have Aleister Black on your roster and you don't do anything with him whatsoever. Y'all do not use Aleister Black at all. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. After that, after we come back from the break, we have Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy is in action tonight. But it isn't woken Matt Hardy. Y'all know that was... Y'all knew soon as... When Matt Hardy was broken Matt Hardy, y'all knew that was going to be dead as soon as he signed that WWE contract. No one should be shocked here. No one should be shocked that WWE put him back to old, regular Matt Hardy. No one should be shocked. Buddy Murphy comes out. Murphy unloads to starts and beat Matt Hardy down in the corner. Matt comes back and mounts Buddy on the corner with strikes. Murphy slides free and hits a big kick to the chin. Murphy sends Hardy out of the ring in a hard fall next. Murphy follows to the floor and keeps control, launching Matt from barrier to barrier. Murphy laughs as the beating continues. Buddy brings it back into the ring but lands on his feet from the top as Hardy moves. Matt with the side effect on Murphy. Hardy rocks Murphy with the right hand. Matt goes for the bulldog but is blocked. Hardy fights out of the corner and comes off the second rope with the elbow drop. Matt rallies the crowd for the lead chant. Murphy blocks the twist of fate and hits a huge knee to the face. Murphy with another big running knee to the face. Murphy drags Hardy over and delivers the third big knee to the face, giving Murphy the 1, 2, 3. Pretty much it was just Matt Hardy was just used that as a enhancement talent for Buddy Murphy. The thing is, seeing Matt Hardy wrestle was a good feeling. It's nice to see him back in the ring and being used again. But the thing that makes me mad, if y'all were going to take him away from that Woken gimmick, why not have The Fiend get rid of Woken Matt Hardy? Like, why not have The Fiend turn him back to regular Matt Hardy some type of way? You know what I mean? Like, be creative about it. Don't just, oh, look, it's Matt Hardy. No reason why he's not Woken no more. He still does the delete chants, but he's not Woken. He's just Matt Hardy. It's like Vince McMahon forgot he made Woken Matt Hardy. Well, he didn't make it, but that Matt Hardy was actually Woken. It's like Vince McMahon just totally forgot that was even a thing. But Buddy Murphy wins. After the match, Murphy stands tall as his music hits. We go to replays. Murphy takes the mic and calls out Aleister Black, taunting him. Black comes out and charges the ring. They stare each other down. Murphy strikes first, but Black fights back and unloads. Black takes Murphy out with big strikes and a big knee to knock him out of the ring. Black watches as Murphy stumbles around at ringside. Fans chant for Black. Murphy acts like he's going back into the ring, but he doesn't. We get replays and Murphy makes his exit while Black watches. So pretty much, this is just a setup for, I guess, a match with Black and Buddy Murphy, which I'm pretty sure we're going to get at that Starrcade show that's coming on this Sunday that I'm pretty sure none of us care about. Like, do y'all know what that show is, man. It's a house show, bro. The Starrcade is a house show. Charlie is backstage with Charlotte Flair. She talks about her history with Asuka and what happened between them at Survivor Series. Flair is ready to make Asuka pay for using the mist tonight, and then we go back to commercial break. Back from the break, they show what happened between Owens and Rollins, and pretty much they just announced that the match is official for tonight. Owens versus Rollins is official. Owens accept. We didn't see him accept, but Owens accept. We go to the ring, and out first comes WWE United States Champion AJ Styles for his title defense. Humberto Carrillo is next. Carrillo is suddenly attacked on the ramp by Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. They destroy Humberto at ringside and on their apron as AJ watches. They drove Humberto over the steel ring steps with the Magic Killer before joining AJ in the ring. Fans boo as the OC stands tall. Ricochet comes down to check on Humberto with referees at ringside. AJ takes the mic and taunts Humberto. He also has words for Ricochet. Ricochet takes the mic and asks if this is what the great AJ Styles has become. Ricochet then challenges AJ, but AJ says he signed a contract to defend against Humberto, not Ricochet. AJ denies Ricochet. The music hits and out comes Randy Orton to a pop. Orton says Humberto can't compete, but he can. People of Chicago would love to see me RKO AJ's ass through the mat. Orton challenges AJ Styles to a title match. Fans chant RKO now. AJ reminds Orton last time they faced, it was WrestleMania and he won. Pretty much AJ is being like just a dick heel. Like, oh, you want a challenge, but I already beat you. I have nothing to prove. Like, you're a waste of my time. AJ says he has nothing to prove against those two guys he already defeated. The music interrupts and out comes Drew McIntyre. I am so mad Drew McIntyre did not win this match. Y'all had the chance to give us something different. Y'all really did. McIntyre says he might have a solution. He knows a guy who AJ's never faced, a guy who's never had a singles title shot. Drew said he's tall, handsome, and has a sexy accent. That was so hilarious to me when he says that. Drew goes on about his success at Survivor Series, including the pin on WWE UK champion Walter. Drew says Chicago doesn't deserve this match, but how about Drew and AJ for the title for the first time ever? AJ says he's a little sore after stealing the show at Survivor Series. The music hits again and out comes Rey Mysterio. Rey talks about how he faced WWE champion Brock Lesnar last night and AJ is making excuses. Rey's goes on and, they keep bantering back and forth and it just comes down to a fatal four-way match for the United States, the number one contendership for the United States title. Pretty much you have the match. It's a good back and forth match. Great spots. Rey Mysterio wins. That's all that happens, Rey Mysterio gets the win. I'm kind of sad because I felt like Drew McIntyre winning would have been dope, because that would have been different, and I think that's what WWE doesn't get. They keep giving us what we expect. Like, go outside the box for a minute. A AJ versus Drew match would have been fun. Like, just go outside of the box. Just a little bit. So we have the WWE United States titles match. It's a good back and forth match. AJ Styles, he's controlling the match for the first part because, Rey is pretty injured and everything. He's hurt from the previous match. After that, you have Rey. He's starting to make a comeback. And during the comeback, he has AJ set up for the 619. But then out come the OC. The OC come out and start attacking Rey Mysterio while the ref is down after Rey hit the 619 on AJ. And AJ bumped into the ref. As that happened, while the OC is beating down on Rey, out comes Randy Orton. Randy Orton helps out Rey Mysterio. He RKOs both of the OC, and then he helps Rey Mysterio set up AJ Styles for the 619. Randy Orton hits AJ with the RKO. Rey does his dive, lands on AJ Styles. 1, 2, 3. AJ Styles is your new United States champion as he celebrates with his son Dominic. And y'all pretty much know why AJ Styles won that title tonight. Y'all pretty much know why AJ Styles was in a big match with Brock Lesnar. AJ Styles' contract is running up. And you know what WWE does. Whenever it's an expiring contract, they actually start to use talent how they should. People telling me, oh, but if that's the case, Rey Mysterio would have won the title last night. Come on, man. Y'all know it. Rey Mysterio wasn't winning that WWE title no matter what. Rey Mysterio just being in that spot was a success for Rey Mysterio last night. I'm shocked they even made a feud like that with him and Brock Lesnar. But also I'm not, because, it's just, hey, look, Rey, we using you, man. Like, come on, man. You're such a big part of the show. Sign this extension. Sign this 5-year extension. Sign your life away. So then after that, we can go back to not using you and not caring. So after that championship match, we have Asuka versus Charlotte. The reason why this match is happening was because of Asuka's actions last night during the Survivor Series match. During the Survivor Series match, Asuka was the reason for Charlotte's elimination as she gave her the green miss. Guys, the match was good. It was a good back and forth match. Charlotte and Asuka always give us a good match. But the thing that kills me with Asuka is just remembering Asuka was the most dominant female competitor we ever seen in ring. Like, she was so dominant. This is a woman who was pretty much undefeated for like, how long? Almost like 2 years she was undefeated. No one pinned her. You give it to Charlotte, and now the only way she can win is this green mist gimmick. Like, bro, it kills me that this is the only way. It's like, this is the only, and I get it. I understand it. Asuka is a heel, and with Asuka being a heel, she's gonna do like weird things to get wins and stuff like that. I understand that. But I can see where this is going. You're trying to get ready for Asuka versus Becky Lynch, or y'all might do Asuka and Kairi Sane versus Becky and Charlotte, which was rumored to be already on the program for TLC. But man, it's just like Asuka was so dominant, and just to see how she is now, man, it's just like, dang, WWE messed that one up. I don't know how you mess up something like Asuka, but WWE did it though. You know, that's what they do. After that, Asuka beat Charlotte. If y'all know what I'm talking about, Asuka beat Charlotte. After that, we have Eric Rowan versus Kyle Roberts. Eric Rowan wins. That's pretty much all that happened. It was no big. This is what I don't get. When y'all had that Eric Rowan versus Roman Reigns feud, and when y'all put Luke Harper in that feud, and then y'all had that great tag match between Bryan and Roman versus Harper and Rowan, why am I not seeing these guys on the same roster killing the tag team division? Y'all tag team division needs it badly. Instead of seeing something like this, I would rather be seeing the Viking Raiders versus Harper and Rowan. That's a legitimate team. That's a legitimate team the Raiders can feud with until AOP is ready to fight them. You know the type of matches those teams would give us? Man, I just don't get this. I couldn't have been booking this, bro. I swear. Bro, the next opponents for the Viking Raiders would literally be Harper and Rowan right now. Do y'all understand the quality, the type of matches with with Hanson and Rowe? Those matches would have been insane. Look, Hanson and Rowe versus Harper and Rowan. It speaks for itself right there. Man. But after that, we get into our main event. We have Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens. This match has kind of been getting built up ever since Owens decided to join Ciampa's team at NXT TakeOver for War Games. So you've kind of been seeing the tension between Rollins and Owens for a minute. Honestly, I think Owens is about to be our new top babyface now when Rollins officially turns heel, which I'm down for. I'm down for a top babyface Owens, like, because Owens is so over right now. It's a good back and forth match. During the match, Owens is getting the best of Rollins during the start of the match, and you see Rollins pull out a chair. And the referee is like, Rollins, what's going on with you? What's going on with you? And Owens is like, bring it, bro, bring it. And right there, you can kind of see that they're getting ready to turn Rollins heel. It's just this slow burn. During the match, it's a back and forth match. They're doing great spots. It's a high spot match. While the match is going on, AOP comes down to the ring. They're looking at both Rollins and Owens. At first, AOP is walking to Rollins, but then Owens starts attacking Razor first. After that, Akam comes, and they just brutally attack Owens. I think they give him like a little knee combo to the face. And Rollins is just watching like, whoa. And then like AOP, they come to Rollins. And they're like, they're about to get him. And Rollins like, come on, bring it, bring it. AOP leaves the ring. As AOP leaves the ring, Rollins sees Kevin Owens in a position to where he can hit the curb stomp. So what Rollins does, Rollins gives Owens the curb stomp. And as he's giving him the curb stomp, Rollins is saying, I just want to make this place better. You want to go against me, Owens? You need to listen to me. We can make this place better together. Like, it's like he's giving him a beating or something. Like he's Owens' dad. It was kind of funny. But what I think happened with that, Owens planned that because we're actually going to get the architect back. Seth Rollins is the architect. Seth Rollins had this attack plan. This was already set in stone. Rollins is going to act like he doesn't know what Owens is talking about, but Rollins had this plan from the jump because that's Rollins' character as a heel. Rollins plans things and that's just Rollins. So what I think of that Rollins and AOP tandem, I actually like it. I really don't mind it. It's different. That's a good thing. It can do a lot of wonders for AOP to be around someone like Rollins, who we hate right now. Don't get me wrong, we hate him, but just with his status in the WWE, that's good for them. And man, that was actually a decent ending to the night show. But I wish they just wouldn't have went with a slow burn. I just wish they went straight to it, bro. Rollins just turns heel. That's what I wish they would have did. Just turn Rollins heel. Just go straight full throttle. There's no reason for a slow burn. Rollins already did the slow burn for over 3 months with all his Twitter shenanigans and stuff like that. But this was the Raw review for November 25th, 2019. I hope y'all enjoyed this session of Beyond the Ring podcast. I will be back again Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. Like, comment, subscribe. My Twitter will be down below. Click that link and follow my Twitter if y'all like. Press the subscribe button. We're out.